Is it okay? Check YouTube also.
సార్ స్క్రీన్ షేర్ రావట్లేదు. లైవ్ వస్తుంది సార్.
వస్తుందా?
లైవ్ వస్తుంది. స్క్రీన్ షేర్ రావట్లేదు సార్.
యూట్యూబ్ వస్తుందా?
యూట్యూబ్ లైవ్ వస్తుంది.
ఓకే. ఇది రావట్లేదా లైవ్?
స్క్రీనే షేర్ అవ్వలేదు సార్. మీ
స్క్రీన్
వీడియోనే
షేర్.
వస్తుంది.
ఓకే. See now?
లేదు సార్, ఇంకా స్క్రీన్ షేర్ అవ్వలేదు.
వస్తుంది.
ఓకే.
ఓకే.
ఎస్ సార్.
Right? YouTube also?
సార్ ఇట్ ఈస్ విజిబుల్.
Okay. Fine.
ఎస్ సార్, యూట్యూబ్లో కూడా వస్తుంది.
Hello, good evening, friends. Good evening, friends. All my student friends joining me today in this session. I also welcome all the friends who are on YouTube live streaming. Thank you very much for joining me today. So this session is all about leading others with active coaching. The problem here is that the leaders are to be criticized on account of their authoritative nature and micromanagement. That's the problem where subordinates may lack some support from the leaders as such. So what may happen here is that a new model the leaders now try is what we call coaching. Not simply coaching, it's an active coaching as such. So what is this active coaching all about? In the process of supporting the subordinates uh, uh, in their jurisdiction, whatever, because all are working for organizational objectives. So it is said that the subordinates should feel completely safe in relationship climate absolutely with a boss. And some of the bosses who are supposed to be leaders, supposed to be sometimes tough and in dealing with the subordinates. That may be a major handicap in the process of subordinate development, and leaders are not taken at their face value because of the thing that micromanagement or nagging or sometimes like that may develop a distrust among subordinates when they think of their own leaders as such. So this active coaching is a very important model now being tried aggressively in industry for organization development process through subordinates support system. Let's see what is active coaching. Active coaching is a dynamic and collaborative process where leaders guide, empower, and develop individuals to achieve their goals. See the definition here or the description about coaching. It is guiding, empowering, and developing individuals to achieve their goals. So, what are the key elements of this active coaching? Encouraging self discovery and learning. See, subordinates should necessarily feel safe in the process of identifying themselves with the organizational success story as such. So, the coaching encourages subordinates in the process of their self discovery and learning of the subordinates. And the second important key element is providing constructive feedback. As I have already told you just now, that some of the leaders give the feedback, but it's a destructive feedback that completely derails the trust between subordinate and the leader. So the second important key element is providing a constructive feedback. Coaching involves bosses giving constructive feedback. Then, of course, third, fostering accountability and ownership, because the subordinate should also necessarily think in terms of his role as a principal partner in the growth process of the organization. So if you can support him with coaching, This fosters accountability and ownership. They take lead. They take the ownership of the things happening in the organization. Take, for example, Satya Nadella at Microsoft shifted the culture to a coaching mindset, emphasizing empathy, listening, and growth. So, why active coaching is very critical for leaders? Very often questioned by many. First benefit is for leaders themselves. This builds stronger connections with team members. If you adopt active coaching exercise, it builds stronger connections with your own team members. Not only that, it improves trust and communication. Free flow of communication is possible when there is a trust between the superior and subordinate. And it enhances team performance and innovation. All directions are taken in a positive perspective, and there's a lot of cooperation coming up from the team members. So it enhances team performance and innovation. Then this coaching model helps teams also. The market benefits for teams with this model of active coaching is one, it boosts confidence and skill development. Subordinates think that the boss can help them and develop their skill set. So this boosts confidence and skill development, and they move forward. The second is encourages proactive problem solving. Subordinates feel tense when they are confronted with the problem, and they may be, they may have their own reservations in the process of attempting the problem. But then in this coaching by leaders, encourage proactive problem solving on the part of the subordinates. And third is promoting engagement and loyalty. Because what happens sometimes, the leaders are not totally be there involved in subordinate development. There's a lot of disengagement, and of course, not to speak of loyalty again. So the active coaching model promotes engagement and loyalty of the team members that can help organizational growth process. For example, Phil Jackson is one of the most celebrated basketball coaches in history, known for his ability to inspire greatness in his teams while emphasizing teamwork, mindfulness, and self awareness. His approach to coaching provides valuable lessons for the leaders in any field for that matter. So then let's just for a while talk about the characteristics of an ideal coach. First one is empathy. The leader should understand team members' challenges and emotions in the true spirit. And this builds trust through genuine concern. See, you need to build trust through genuine concern. You have to show concern towards the subordinates. And you should also understand team members' challenges and emotions. Don't be one sided. For example, a manager who supports an employee balancing work and personal crisis while maintaining performance expectations. See, please do not dictate that you are supposed to be there to perform well, in spite of the fact that the subordinate may have some personal crisis or bogged down with some personal problem or whatever. So, a manager with an active coaching model supports an employee balancing the work and the personal crisis. The second important characteristic of an ideal coach is active listening, is empathetic listening. It pays full attention to both verbal and non-verbal cues, mind it. That means the bosses should clearly understand when they are communicating. They should pay full attention to both verbal and non-verbal cues coming up from the subordinates. And active listening from the boss's side is avoiding and interrupting and seeking to understand before responding. You have to avoid interrupting the things and seek to understand before responding. For example, Satya Nadella's leadership at Microsoft is a prime example of how active listening can transform an organization. When he came as a CEO in 2014, Microsoft faced a stagnant corporate culture with a know it all mindset. Nadella actively listened to employees, customers, and other stakeholders to understand the challenges and needs of the organization completely. The third characteristic of an ideal coach is clarity in communication. The leader should explain goals and expectations very clearly without any ambiguity. And this ensures mutual understanding. When you're clear in communication, straight away putting the facts with some sort of clarity, this ensures mutual understanding between yourself as a leader and the subordinates. For example, a project leader simplifying complex instructions for a multicultural team. So there are a lot of complications maybe there in giving project instructions. So it's a obligation on the part of the project leader to simplify all the complex instructions for a multicultural team. The fourth important characteristic for an ideal coach is patience. Respects individual learning curves minded. When you give an instruction, ask them to learn a skill, it is subjected to individual learning curves. So try to understand individuals' learning curves and their pattern of learning and all. So patience means here the leader should respect individuals' learning curves while asking them to upgrade their skills and upskill them. The second is supporting team members even during setbacks. See, everything is not a smooth story, isn't it? So what may happen is, in case of oscillations or setbacks, something happens here. You just be patient as a leader, as a coach. You just be patient and try to support the team members even during the setbacks. For example, a software development team lead mentoring a junior coder through iterative mistakes. For example, the new coder who joins the job, may not be that convenient enough in the process of doing the things straight and right. So there may be some iterative mistakes. So this software development team lead should have to mentor the junior coder in such a situation as such. And the fifth important characteristic of an ideal coach is adaptability. So you need to adjust coaching style based on individual needs and contexts. See, there is nothing like a unique model of a coaching style as such, because you what whom you're coaching a subordinate. Where there are individuals, there are individual differences as such. The saying goes like that. So every individual may have their own needs in the given contexts. So a leader adopting an active coaching model should adjust coaching style based on individual needs and contexts. For example, a sports coach modifying strategies for different players and players' strengths is a fitting example, and it can be applied to any field as such. And the sixth important characteristic of an ideal coach is integrity. See, the leader should lead by example and adheres to ethical principles, mind it. Never ever follow short circuit procedures and indulge in unethical practices. So that's very, very important here. You are not supposed to lead by authority and labels. You should lead by example. And of course, adhere to all ethical practices. For example, Nelson Mandela's consistent demonstration of integrity in leading South African movement. It's a very fitting example. The seventh important characteristic of an ideal coach is feedback orientation. So the problem now here is the follower or a subordinate should know where he is going, what is lacking, or what is happening in his journey to in the process of going ahead, the process of working together and all. So, a leader who follows an active coaching model provides actionable and constructive feedback very, very regularly. Please note it's a constructive feedback, not throw all criticisms dust dirt on the face of subordinates. That's not right as such. So, leaders should provide actionable and constructive feedback. For example, a Google's culture of feedback fostering high performance and innovation. The organization is known for regular feedbacks and constructive feedbacks all along the organization. How a good coach is described by teams as such. You may be just going good and you may follow an active coaching model. You're conscious of your role as a coach and in mentoring, helping, and developing your own subordinates. Let us see, are the teams appreciate your effort as a good coach? Let's see. A good coach can be termed by teams as good coach when, say for example, some comments, feedback from teams. Let's see some comments from teams. First comment is, inspires me to achieve more without micromanaging. One subordinate says that, my leader inspires me to achieve more without micromanaging. So he is not interested in micromanagement and everything examined through microscope and all that, trying to correct me. So this is what it means. So it's an inspiration. Second comment, helps me turn challenges into growth opportunities. Say, team member who is suffering a lot in terms of challenges, the leader coach should help to turn these challenges into growth opportunities. So, this comment is well taken. The third comment is, listens and values my contributions. My leader coach listens and values my contributions. See the trust. See the subordinates comment here. It's all about active listening and valuing the human effort of the subordinates, recognizing the contributions. Even small also must be celebrated. What is then are the key attributes? Of course, a coach is a mentor. Of course, mentor is a broader term. It's a mentor, is a guide, and a motivator. And of course, the coaching means it balances assertiveness with encouragement. Of course, you are a leader by label and you're leader by hierarchical authority, but you are supposed to be assertive in the process of getting things done, but never ever lose the encouragement part of that you are supposed to demonstrate when it comes to managing your subordinates. So it is balances the any coach leader balances assertiveness with encouragement. For example, Sheryl Sandberg served as the chief operating officer COO of Meta, formerly Facebook, from 2008 until her departure in 2022. She has instrumental in scaling Facebook from a startup into one of the world's largest social media and technology companies. A fitting example of leader coach. Let's examine what are the 7 masterful coaching personality traits to describe an ideal coach. The first personality trait is self-awareness. A coach needs to understand personal strengths and blind spots of himself. And of course, next, with regard to others. But here it says that a coach should be self-aware of his personal strengths and blind spots. Then only he can become a model coach, an ideal leader. Second, a coach need to have an emotional intelligence, meaning that a coach leader navigates emotions to build trust and resolve conflicts. A leader coach should have to clearly understand his emotions and others' emotions and manage his emotions and others' emotions well. If this navigation of emotions is not there, then forget that there can be no trust at all. So the second important personality trait for a leader coach is emotional intelligence. Third, any coach should have curiosity. That means he uses questions to inspire self discovery. A leader, a coach should be always enthusiastic, curious about knowing things. And when he uses questions, that's a great inspiration of self discovery, and subordinates also feel secure of his curiosity approach. Fourth important personality trait for a coach is resilience. Of course, when we say that in managing crisis, when organization experiences turbulent atmospheres, for example, a coach need to maintain focus during challenges, never ever lose focus as such. So he should be resilient, and you should take the organization to be managing and transacting changes during challenges. So fourth one would be resilience personality trait. And fifth is visionary thinking. Another important personality trait of a leader coach is visionary thinking. It aligns coaching with long term objectives. So he should be a visionary, should be in a position to understand organization 5 years hence, 10 years hence. So this is what we call vision. So any manager coach should have a personality trait as a visionary thinking. Sixth one is confidence, subject knowledge, understanding things very clearly. He should be confident enough in changing himself and his subordinates and organizational practices, etc. So the confidence in a leader coach encourages team confidence again by modeling self belief. You should be confident enough so that others can be confident in the process of getting things done. The seventh important personality trait of a leader coach is humility. Is open to learning and acknowledges limitations. Never ever get into some sort of confusion or no ambiguity or whatever it is. You should be uh, exhibiting humility. There may be certain failures, there may be certain limitations as such. So you should be open to learning. All masterful need not be a model for a coach as such. He may be making mistakes. He may not be knowing something. So there is nothing wrong in learning things from anybody for that matter, from any corner for that matter. So humility may mean here open to learning and acknowledging limitations. So these are the seven masterful coaching personality traits a leader coach should exhibit. Example: Richard Branson, a, a, a British business magnate, the founder of the Virgin Group, is a renowned entrepreneur known for his charismatic personality, innovative mindset, and adventurous spirit. You know how much is his net worth? Over $6 billion. The success story can be described as follows. He built the Virgin Group into a global brand encompassing over 400 companies in industries such as music, airlines, telecommunications, and space travel. Oh my God. See, Virgin Airlines, Virgin Mobile, etc., to name a few. And what are his values? Innovation, risk taking, and giving back. See, what best can be an example other than Richard Branson's success story as a leader coach? who has built 400 odd companies. Fantastic. So let us examine what are the myths and realities of coaching. Let's first examine some myths and what are the realities. Myth number one: coaching is only for underperformers. All of you agree. This is a myth. Coaching is not only for underperformers. It is something like, helping all people of different skill sets. So coaching is only for underperformers is a clear myth. Let's not believe that. The second myth: a coach must always have the answers with him. Absolutely not necessary. A coach can help because a coach can have humility also. He can learn from any particular subordinate, any particular employee, from any corner. So a coach must always have all the answers for all the questions is a myth. Let's not agree to that. So what are then are the realities? Reality one: coaching benefits high performance too. Yes, it is. Even high performance of higher skill sets may also be what you call maybe helped by coaching, meaning that a leader coach can also help even high performers too. Coaching benefits high performance too. The second important reality about coaching is about guiding individuals to find their own solutions. It's not thrusting your thing on the subordinates. Let them think wider, let them think better. So, coaching is about guiding the individuals to find their own solutions, not to thrust your own solutions on them, because they are also creative people. So, that's the reality again. Coaching is about guiding individuals to find their own solutions. For example, Elon Musk emphasizes self-driven problem solving within SpaceX teams in space travel. See, you see this self-driven problem solving within the teams. So they encouraging them, guiding them to help solve their problems on their own. Let's see a few more myths. Another myth is coaching is time consuming. Is it so? So coaching is time consuming because people are paid for working and they are supposed to upskill themselves and get into the roles and go ahead on their functioning. No, it's not. That's another myth. Coaching is not time consuming. It's very, very essential for helping subordinates, guiding them for better results. Time consumed on coaching is time consumed on productivity. Mind it. Employee productivity. So let us disown the myth coaching is not time consuming. The second, coaching equals mentoring. No, mentoring is of course very similar to coaching, but it is still broader as such. So coaching and mentoring are not one and the same. That's again a myth. So what are the realities now? Coaching sessions can be integrated into regular work. It's not time consuming. Please note, it's not time consuming. Let's there be a built-in sessions like coaching, helping, guiding. This because this answers employee productivity at a little at rate. So in a regular work patterns, coaching sessions can be handled like little breaks for coaching and guiding. The leaders can spend. Coaching focuses on skills and behavior. Mentoring is still broader. So coaching is all about change the behavior, productive into productive behaviors, and upskilling the individuals, working with the leader and all. But mentoring is still broader. It's closely, working with the subordinates. Mentoring is a broader concept when compared to that of coaching. So, for example, coaching employees during short check-ins as adopted by modern agile organizations. For example, modern organizations approaches are like this. All leaders coaching employees during short check-ins, not long durations, as a matter of fact. That's why we said coaching sessions can be integrated into a regular work as such. So let's examine some real world examples of coaching and leadership. Something very interesting examples coming up for discussion now. First example, again I repeat, Satya Nadella. He shifted Microsoft's culture by focusing on empathy and coaching. This is a documented case. The second is Patrick Mouratoglou, Serena Williams coach. You know, this Patrick is a very well known tennis coach who has been the coach for Serena Williams since 2012, a tennis player. Patrick has played an instrumental role in shaping Serena Williams' career during the second phase of her career, helping her achieve further success in tennis. So, focus on personalized growth and motivation. That's the Patrick success story and Serena Williams' coach. And that's a beautiful example. It can be applied to any field as such. Third one, most of you know the Starbucks, the branded coffee shop. Starbucks barista training program. They have a very well designed barista training program to train all their employees in the process of guiding, coaching as such. Starbucks uses coaching to ensure consistency and quality in customer service. How? Let's see. A barista training program is designed to equip individuals with the skills and knowledge required to prepare high quality coffee and provide excellent customer service in caves and coffee shops. Could understand what it means actually. So this training program is not a routine training program as such. It's a highly, this program is highly powered and designed to equip individuals with skills and knowledge required to prepare high quality coffee. Not only that, but also provide excellent customer services in caves and coffee shops. Barista training programs typically cover a wide variety of areas, including coffee preparation, customer interaction, and business operations. So this is how the coaching, activity occurs in a professionally run organizations as such. So if you just see what is a coaching practice, if a leader should be a good coach, this is the model to elaborate upon. Let's see what is GROW. It's an acronym, GROW. The steps in GROW model here. One is goal. What is that you are doing? What does the individual team want to achieve? First of all, define the goal. Start from that. Otherwise, it's a waste of time, energy, money, effort for subordinates as well as for bosses as well. The second, examine the reality. Or is reality. What is the current situation? Audit. What is happening now, right at the moment, so that you can understand what to be done next and where to go, where you are, where you want to go. Examine the reality. Third is options. Yes, there is no uniform procedure or a strategy here. Identify what are the strategies that can be considered in order to help save the situation. So, working out on options. And four, not to stop there, but to think in terms of actionable plan, way forward, what to do now, how to move fast, how to move forward faster. So this is the GROW model. One is goal, determining the goal. Second one is assessing the reality. Third one is working out on strategic options. And fourth one is going ahead with an actionable plan. Coaching an intern to lead a project using his model is a very good example. Using this GROW model is a very good example. GROW model, very often described model. Now, what are the key learnings? Before I stop here, I'd like to go for quick recap of what we are supposed to look at. One, of course, is Coaching is an essential leadership skill that drives growth. Is it clear? Coaching is an essential leadership skill that drives growth. You are not leader by labels. You're not leader by authoritative things like, but you are a coach. You have an essential leadership skill of coaching, guiding your subordinates, that drives growth. And as a coach, a manager, or a leader should be involved in active listening, show empathy, and should be very clear in communication or whatever. These are the foundational traits of any good coach. Myths about coaching can hinder its application minded. What we have been talking about, myths. Debunk these myths. That means discard these myths and embrace realities. And there need be guidance, support, emotional support for all the subordinates by the superiors, and then only its coaching model works. And adopt to a grow model, make coaching very practical and effective. It's not a theoretical tool. It's practical approaches very much underlined when we talk about active coaching models. So every leader should start by having coaching conversations within his team. So there will be problems are there, and the problems are to be worked out in a proper perspective. So because if you just consider making the coaching a regular exercise, and I mean some times where you have, that's why you need to integrate this coaching guidance and support system all together. Take time to go for coaching, guiding of the employees to come here. I mean, that's what we mean by coaching uh, uh, as such. Now, I stop here, and I just want to go for discussion. If you want to discuss anything.